the problem h of t is equal to e raised to minus 4 magnitude of t. So when the magnitude is given, then how to solve such kind of problems? So for that, let's see this problem and let's understand how will be this signal. So before this, if we consider a signal that is just e raised to minus of magnitude of t, if it is e raised to minus of magnitude of t, then how does it look? Let's see that signal and then we can go for drawing e raised to minus 4 of magnitude of t and so on. So e raised to minus of magnitude of t. So this signal would be, let's see how this e raised to magnitude of minus t, how this e raised to minus of magnitude of t signal has to be drawn. Now to draw this signal, let's consider the different values for t. If t is equal to 0, then the signal becomes e raised to minus of magnitude of t is 0. So when I put 0 here, I'll get e raised to 0 only, and the value of e raised to 0 is 1. When the value of t is 1, let's take t as when t is positive, when our t is greater than 0. And as we know that this is the side wherein t is greater than 0 and the other side is t less than 0. So its value would be 1 if e raised to minus t, if e raised to minus of magnitude of t is there. When t is 1, its value is e raised to minus of magnitude of 1. When t is 1, its value is e raised to minus of magnitude of 1. And the value of magnitude of 1 is equal to, it is 1. So it is e raised to minus 1. Similarly, when the value of t is equal to 2, then the signal becomes e raised to minus of magnitude of 2. And the value of the signal becomes e raised to minus 2. And similarly, when the value of t is 3, then the signal simply becomes e raised to minus of 3. And as we know that e raised to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 are the values which go on decreasing. The value of e raised to minus 1 would be greater than e raised to minus 2, and similarly e raised to minus 2 would be greater than e raised to minus 3. I mean, we get the values in this way. The value whatever we get for t is equal to 1 would be this one. For t is equal to 2, it would be a bit lesser than that. For 3, it would be lesser. And as we continue, and if the value of t becomes infinity, the value of the signal becomes e raised to minus of infinity. The magnitude of infinity is nothing but this e raised to minus of infinity, and the value of e raised to minus of infinity is nothing but 0. So we understand that the signal takes 0 value at t is equal to infinity. So the nature of the signal when t is greater than 0 is in this fashion. So it is a decreasing signal, or it is a decaying kind of an exponential signal which takes its value as 0 at t is equal to infinity. Now, to understand the signal e raised to minus magnitude of t for the reason t less than 0, then we take the negative values for t. When this t takes the value as minus 1, then let's substitute. The signal becomes e raised to, it is e raised to minus of magnitude of minus 1. So, and when we solve this one, this becomes e raised to minus of magnitude of minus 1 is nothing but 1. So the signal value is nothing but e raised to minus 1. When we take minus 2, then e raised to minus of magnitude of minus 2 it would be. Then the value of the signal would be e raised to course minus sign, and the magnitude of minus 2 is nothing but 2. So similarly, when we take the negative values for t also, we start getting these values only which we got for t positive values. So e raised to minus 1 for t is equal to minus 1. For t is equal to minus 2, again it is e raised to minus 2, and so on. When you take infinity as the value of t minus infinity, then again it is going to give us e raised to minus of infinity, which is 0. Means for t is equal to minus 1, whatever the value it took for t as plus 1, the same value is taken by our signal. And similarly for t is equal to minus 2, so the nature of the signal would be in this way. So the nature of the signal is in this way. They both are similar. Or I mean, when we have this kind of a signal, we can remember that it is a even kind of a signal. We'll get even kind of a signal when the magnitudal sign is there. When e raised to minus of magnitude of t or whatever, whenever the magnitude comes, then the nature of the signal would be even, because whatever the values we take for t as positive or negative, the values would be same. Then for this kind of a signal, we need to go for solving. So when both the sides are equal, let's draw e raised to minus 4 of magnitude of t. So when this signal is multiplied by minus 4, then this for t is equal to 1. For t is equal to 1, its value will be like e raised to minus 4. E raised to minus 4 into magnitude of 1. Magnitude of 1 is nothing but it is e raised to minus 4 itself. Then for t is equal to 0, it would be 1. And for t is equal to 2, it is e raised to minus 4 magnitude of 2, and which is nothing but e raised to minus 4 into 2, which is nothing but e raised to minus 8. So for t is equal to 3, again the value would be like e raised to minus 4 and 3. It is nothing but e raised to minus 12. This way the values of the signal would be there on the right hand side, and for t is equal to minus 1, the value taken by the signal is also like e raised to minus 4 magnitude of minus 1. Again magnitude of minus 1 gives us 1. It is e raised to minus 4 itself. So no need in doing this once again. So the nature of the signal would be even. So we can draw, but the way of decaying, the signal will be decaying faster than this signal. So we can draw this kind of a signal, so which reaches 0 at infinity. So this is our e raised to minus 4 magnitude of t. And if it is e raised to minus 2 into magnitude of t, then the rate of decay would be moderate, bit lesser than this. So it would be decaying bit less faster, or it would be in this way rather than decaying very sharply. I hope e raised to minus of magnitude of t signals understanding has happened. Now once we have understood the signal, let's check its different properties such as the causality. As we know, the signal is said to be causal if h of n is equal to 0 or h of t is equal to 0 for t less than 0, but for t less than 0, for t less than 0, for t less than 0, the signal is existing. Our h of t is not equal to 0. Our h of t is not equal to 0 for t less than 0. It is not equal to 0. So, it is not causal. The signal is not causal. Certainly, we conclude that it is not causal because for t less than 0, we have this part existing. So, it is not causal in nature. Then the next is regarding memoryless. As we know, the signal is not present at the 0th instance. It is present. So let's check about the memorylessness. So the signal is said to be memoryless or no. So to check this one, so the condition is the signal should be present at h of t. H of t should be equal to 0. Should be equal to 0 for t not equal to 0. For t not equal to 0. So this condition fails as the signal is existing on both the sides. So it is the signal which is not memoryless or it is with memory. Then the next point is regarding the stability of the system. And we check the stability of the system this way. The stability of the system is checked by taking up, as it is the continuous signal, we check the stability of the system by an integration. Let's take up the integration from minus infinity to plus infinity. It is h of magnitude of h of tau, magnitude of h of tau d tau. When we solve this equation, h of tau d tau, when we solve this equation, when we go for solving this, h of tau d tau. So let's substitute its value. So integration, of course the signal runs from minus infinity to plus infinity. So it is the integration from minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to minus 4 the magnitude of t, e raised to minus 4 the magnitude of t, e raised to minus 4 the magnitude of t. When we solve magnitude of t d tau, the magnitude of this signal is going to be the same one as it is not having any imaginary part. So let's draw this one. Let's write this one as integration from minus infinity to plus infinity. It is e raised to minus 4 magnitude of t. Let's write it is the signal. As we know, when we go for solving this one, we need to make it as h of tau. So let's make it as tau. E raised to minus 4 will become e raised to minus 4 t will become tau, because the signal we do indexing and the signal is represented as, instead of t we take up the tau as our variable. H of tau is equal to e raised to minus 4 magnitude of tau, the signal we are representing. It is our h of tau signal. H of tau signal. So let's write h of tau here. So this is our tau signal d tau. And as we know, the signal is even in nature, we can solve this integration by using this step. So integration, let's say it is 0 to infinity. Let's integrate it from 0 to infinity 2 times e raised to minus 4. And as we have taken this entire signal, let's write it as t. Let's write it as t. Magnitude of t we have removed because it is an even signal. And in place of t, let me write tau e raised to minus 4 tau d tau. And this is equal to 2 into, as we know, the integration of e raised to minus 4 tau d tau is nothing but e raised to minus 4, e raised to minus 4, e raised to minus 4 tau divided by minus 4. And the limits of the integration are from 0 to, the limit of the integration are from 0 to infinity. So when we solve this one, we get, so this is equal to let's remove this one. As we know, it is 2 times e raised to minus 4 raised to infinity minus e raised to 0 divided by minus 4. And when we solve this, we are getting this e raised to minus infinity works out to be a 0. It works out to be 0. E raised to 0 is 1. So it is nothing but minus 1 by 4. This 2 is there, which gives the answer as 1 by 2. So we have this kind of a solution for e raised to minus 4 magnitude of t signal. So when the signal is e raised to minus 2 into magnitude of t, the same steps would be there, except we need to write here, then certainly it is not causal, it's not going to be like memoryless, it's with memory because both the sides would be there. Then when we do the integration, that time it is e raised to minus 2 magnitude of t. And when we do this solution, here in place of 4, just 2 will be there. So when we do that integration, here it would be 2 and e raised to 0 it would be. So that time 2 into we get it is 1 by 2 itself. That time the answer could be 1. So it may be any kind of e raised to magnitude of t kind of a problem we need to solve in this fashion. I hope you understood this, and the further things we'll see in the next video.